Grab your snacks and secure your seats. It's all happening live, right here, right now. Buckle up because the action is about to kick off.
Wow. Good evening, curling fans. Welcome into draw number 6, our third one of the day here at the Belgium Men's Challenger on the World Curling Tour channel. I almost got through it.
3 more draws to practice here.
Tonight, we have a showdown between Team Westerberg and Team Verreycken. Team Verreycken, the Belgian national team.
It's already night in your head, like
it's
quarter
dark.
to 4. It's dark as out. Yeah, it's dark in here.
There's no time. It's eternal. I could have said good morning, good evening.
We are here in the void. This is the void, basically. Just echoes and nothingness.
No windows. It's afternoon. That is correct. It's I can see the clock, but I can't see outside, and it just feels dark. But yeah, we're here with draw number 6, Team Westerberg, Team Verreycken. We've had both of these teams on stream.
Both of the teams. Verreycken won 1 game, and Westerberg. At least I'm pretty sure Westerberg.
We've had Westerberg on the stream.
Might be the first time we had Team Verreycken. I can't really recall having to mic up Timo so far.
We broadcast Team Verreycken so often in the Belgian League that it's confusing and then it kind of bleeds over into here. But yes, they are here. They are the defending champions of this tournament.
Last year's final was Team Hanninen against Team Verreycken. That was a very close game. Came down to the last couple of stones in the last end, and Team Verreycken won that final. So they are defending that title. Although it feels this year it might be a more difficult job than it was last year. Starting here with this game against Westerberg.
Yeah. You know, Team Westerberg has looked very strong. I believe they're undefeated so far. Team Verreycken also undefeated. So these two teams playing to be the top team in their group. Anything can happen. But why don't we look at give a breakdown to anybody new of what the tournament is.
We're kind of tuning in here at the World Curling Tour TV YouTube channel. Maybe you're not kind of expecting to see faces around, but we are here. We're Curdia. We basically are a small company hosted in Belgium to broadcast curling tournaments, curling events, such as the Belgian Curling League or the Austrian Curling Open. And so is the World Curling Tour, the Belgium event right here. And this event has 3 days, 2 days in the group stage, and then tomorrow and Sunday we have the knockout stage, 2 semifinals and a final. 10 teams are competing for the money here. 10 teams, kind of big diversity, 9 different countries. Scandinavian teams, Nordic countries well represented with Norway, Sweden, not Denmark. Denmark, you guys, keep missing you. And of course, Finland. And then our neighboring countries, the Netherlands, France, Germany, and who's in there as well? Hungarian team, and also an intercontinental visit. Each time we have an intercontinental visit, it was South Korea in the first edition, and it was Team India in the second edition. Now this third edition has Team Shu here visiting over. It's such an experience. They even brought in the Chinese ambassador of Belgium to come root for the team. Apparently that helped because they are undefeated, 4 wins. Their job is done in the group stage, and they even secured their spot in semi-final number 1, first game tomorrow.
Yep. So really looking good here. Why don't we take a look at Group A? I think that was the Team Zhu. So you see them, they're 4-0. Team Hanninen sitting strong with a 3-2 record. Team Dalla with a 1-2 record. Then you have Mercier also with 1-2, and our German friends. Geising, yeah, their junior team. This is their first men's tournament, and they've trying to play to their potential, but they are finding out that it is a much different level here on the men's tour versus the junior tour. But they're still coming out. Their whole goal of this. I talked with the coach, with their skip, and he said this is just a learning experience for them. Play against better teams, you get better, and that's exactly it. So, we can see that this one's going on. I think that Dalla is playing Hanninen. They're playing Mercier right now. So they're looking to try to get that second win maybe hope something happens with Hananen against Geising, and they can. So one of those teams can maybe sneak into that second spot, because only the top 2 from each group make it to the semifinals. Team A, the number 1 team here will play number 2 in the other group, and vice versa. So.
Yeah, although I'm not sure if it's possible, because the only way for Team Dalla to secure that second spot is to enter a three-way tie and then have the better LSDs. But in order to enter that three-way tie with Mercier and Hananen, I think Hananen already won their game against Mercier and against Dalla. So I think it's not even possible anymore. But they want to at least secure a second win. They were very, very close in winning the last game against Hananen, and also against Shu. They put up a strong performance. So strong performance for Dalla overall in this tournament. And basically for them, that's also a prep for next week. And why don't we have a look over at Group B? This is the group in which the 2 teams that we're going to broadcast later are playing, and this is an important one. Why is it important? First of all, 2 undefeated teams battling it off for winning the group. Chances are both teams are going to promote to the knockouts, but promoting and getting into the semifinals is not just enough. Both teams, they want to win the group in order to get better seeding and dodge Team Shu in the semis and take, quote-unquote, the easier route playing against the second out of Group A. But that's kind of looking already into the roster of tomorrow. Looking at the schedule of today, we are halfway through the roster. 2 sessions we have had and 2 sessions to come. So 5 more games, and the groups are kind of shaping up. You can see which teams are very close to getting securing that spot in the semis versus which teams kind of look at hoping to get one of the placement matches or just maybe kind of avoid that last place in the group, because tomorrow is money time, John.
Yep. All the semifinalists receive some kind of cash prize. How much they earn depends on how far they go. You've got the 2 semifinals going into playing the finals, but you will have the 2 losers from the semifinals play each other for a third place, and third and fourth place both receiving prize money as well. But the big money is obviously winning it all. And, there's a big difference between first place and third place. So, or even second place and third place. You don't want to lose the semifinal, then win the third place match, because, well, it's nice, it's money, but not as much as getting into the final and facing Team Zhu. So
yeah, you want to basically reach the final also, because the final is being featured on the World Curling Tour live stream here with us, commented by Pim and John. People who don't know us, we have names. They're in the bottom there.
Sometimes, yes.
Sometimes.
Oh yeah, they are right below us now. Yes.
Yeah.
We're looking at the camera screen, so we don't see the rest of the graphics on there.
Yeah,
but it's right there below me.
It's right there below, and as you can see, the kind of the knockout brackets are shaping up. The first team could be filled in over on the left side hand of the bracket, and then maybe we'll enter a new team, the B1 seed over on the right hand side of the bracket. Will be Westerberg or Verreycken. We'll know soon enough. Tomorrow we'll have those games. We have that first left-hand side semi-brackets on the B sheet, on the broadcast sheet. So we'll have Team Shu popping up tomorrow morning. And then, of course, the gold final will be there as well. And then some other games will keep you posted. That's something we do. We also kind of keep an eye on the other sheets to keep you posted on updates. But John, we are Pim and John. We are Pim and John from Kurdia. We also have our kind of own little battle going on, because some folks probably noticed there is this kind of small bubble there on the top of our heads. It spells out our name, which is important because we want to be world famous at some point. Therefore, you guys have to remember our names. With short names like that, it shouldn't be that hard. There's something pretty right next to it. Their faces, of course, or pictures, but then there's a number, a random number. People who tuned into the stream kind of know what's happening here, but for new folks, we kind of try and predict the outcome of each game. We predict the winner. So far, it has been a close race. Let's have a look at the streak. They call me Mr. Perfect sometimes in the Belgian because, yeah, so far I have a perfect streak here. John started out a bit slow. Yeah, older man needs to kind of find his pace, but then he followed up with 3 correct answers, and he also used his bonus, his hammer, to double up. That was during the Chu game. That was the previous game. Zhu against Geising. So he doubled up on that one. So instead of 3 points, he has that extra 4th point, making it kind of a close race so far. I am saving my double up hammer just in case I would need it. Not sure if that's going to be the case with this kind of performance so far, but you never know.
Yep. And we'll be giving you guys a chance to pick yours. Once we pop out to the ice, I'll create the poll in the chat. You guys can vote for who you think is going to win this match. You can even vote for a tie. But why would you? Nobody wants to see ties. We want to see decisive victories and hard-fought matches all the way to the last stone.
Definitely. And that's worth mentioning. People watching Curlia TV, they often are kind of a loyal, faithful audience knows, but for new people tuning in, we have the chat right open here. So if you're watching, make sure to pop into chat, kind of comment on things we say. We might be wrong. Sometimes we are. Most often we're not. If we address opinions or if you have a team you're rooting for, let us know. It's always kind of nice to know to see which team rallied the bigger fan base, because that's also kind of a bragging rights. Maybe you're not the best on the ice, but if you bring the most fans, that's something we will remember.
Yep. We already see Tur in there. He is normally playing with Team Verreycken, but he was on a ski trip this week. He is currently on his way back to Belgium, somewhere in the middle of France. But he's popped in and said, hello, Tur. We're always happy to see you. So I guess it's pick time, huh?
Yeah, that's true.
I was trying to delay this as long as I could because this one is so tough.
I already picked my my pick in my head.
I have a feeling I know who you've picked, and so I think I'm going to try to attempt to counter pick before knowing. And I'm going to go with Team Verreycken. They're the hometown boys. We follow them. They're big fans of the channel. I've seen them a lot, and I think they're going to try to take the home ice advantage here.
Yeah, I am a fan of Team Verreycken, but I think for this time, I think Team Westerberg left a strong impression. We don't know that much of the team other than them playing decent matches so far, and maybe I want to do, let's say, a little bit of a bet. I am not going to follow John's pick here, and I'm going for Team Westerberg. Charles left a good impression here, and yeah, apparently Team Westerberg already won against Verreycken 2 years ago in Copenhagen in the Danish Open, so that's something that basically kind of made my decision tip towards Westerberg. Team Verreycken, they want some revenge, but Team Westerberg, they know, hey, if we can beat them once, we can beat them twice. So which team progressed the most over the last 2 years? Is it Westerberg? Is it Verreycken? Verreycken playing on home ice could be an advantage, but Westerberg, yeah, they pretty much want to show the world that they are the next best thing in Sweden, aside from Team Medin, basically. Who knows?
Yep. All right, so they have started. We're going to catch up out on the ice, and we will see you there. Hope you guys are ready for a good battle. Like I said, get some things updated. Let me get the scoreboard up to date. Oh, let's figure out. I think Westerberg has the hammer. Open my window to take a peek out.
I'm counting already a couple of stones. They are quite deep in the end.
Oh, wow. Okay, 4 and 4. So we're jumping ahead. Westerberg is playing. So maybe Verreycken does have hammer?
It seems like Westerberg has a hammer. They seem to have 4 stones in play. I'm counting 3 reds on the left, but sometimes it's hard to see if there's a hidden 4th stone. I wouldn't be surprised if Westerberg has the hammer.
The one thing we can complain about with Team Verreycken is that sometimes they don't update the scoreboard in a timely manner.
Although, you know, I see 4 handles maybe. It could be hammer for Verreycken. Oh, and this a complete miss here.
Something.
Yeah, just died.
Don's last stone before.
Here we have 4 red stones for Verreycken, so Verreycken has hammer.
Okay, so let me fix that. There we go. Yep, it is Timo throwing, so now we are in the right mode. We'll get the skips unmuted, and now you can hear their personal insight to the match. Sometimes it helps us tell us what they're doing.
Flagmaskinen strax i minner, ja.
And Jeff, I saw that comment. I choose not to respond to it.
Andere kant.
I missed something.
He said we're sometimes wrong.
Go,
Yeah, or
go,
he was
go.
questioning the sometimes, not the. All right, nice little hit and roll there. Keeps it clean.
Alltså det är svårt, men jag ser bara 60.
Contemplating a
Alternativet är ju dra.
hit and roll from the other side, from the outside. Doesn't really see a whole lot of that stone out
Jag ser
there.
lite mer än vad jag trodde. Ja. Jag ser
You're
nästan
saying
hela.
it was done as last stone.
För mycket is, eller?
So apparently big drama over at Team Verreycken. They are not allowing Dan ever to throw stones again for the team. The last stoner Dan is retiring from basically from curling.
In the middle of
because-
the match.
In the middle of the match, and it didn't specify last stone for Team Verreycken, just last stone in general. So Dan quit curling. Well, that's new information. Let's see how that affects the performance here of Team Verreycken. But good luck, Dan, with everything you're doing outside of curling, and enjoy life outside the ring.
Kalla!
Correct, he missed the takeout there.
Kalla! 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 Kalla!
Trying to curl this over, wants to roll a little bit. Gets it on the nose.
Slagånen inte lägga, ja.
Trying to decide what they need to do. Timo awfully quiet when he's throwing stones. Going to just lay something off to the side, try to get it into shot position, covered underneath. This
Ooh,
one
this might overcurl.
curling over. Yeah, I think this one's going to chip off the guard there, working it hard.
Oh, 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 oh.
Just a little tight. Sweepers doing their best to carry it over as much as they can, but
Ja, ta den, va?
this is match number 2 of the day for Team Verreycken. They have a third one coming up after this as well.
Mer på där.
They only played 1 match yesterday, so coming through with 3 today.
Oh, Kalla! 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 Viktigt Måns! Kalla! 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 Rent! Rent! Rakt! Oh, Kalla det! Rent, rent, rent! Oh, oh! Bra! Bra så!
It is so refreshing to know that it's not just Belgian skips who are undecided about what they actually want from their sweepers. Yes, no, no, yes, wait, no, I don't know.
And then if eventually things go wrong, see, that's
And there
Sweeper's
go.
mistake again.
Akt.
You see some big weight here from Jeroen. Potential double, possibly even a triple with the setup, but not sure that they would actually be going for that triple.
Yep. Oh. Yep. Go, 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 go.
Gets 1, gets 2, and
Almost 3.
Almost 3. Great shot there, though.
Yeah.
That's not an easy one, and that was always the risk, but
Det är skottet!
you have to like that there is
Vill du dra hit, eller?
just 1 left in the house.
Och det här. Det kan vi göra. Gillar du det?
Looks like they're going to try to draw over on top of that yellow.
Tror de här. Var det fart? Wow, wow! Långt ut! Hur lång är den? Curla! 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 Hur lång är den? Curla! Hur lång är den?
Trying to get this to curl over.
Bra! Curla!
Once it crosses that center line there, starts to go. Now he's pulling it off.
Nej, 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 nej. Tryck ut
Gonna
den
be a
sen.
little bit heavy.
9-10. Preferably they don't want a little dab there. They really wanted it to freeze.
Tweede shot.
So,
Assem, genoeg gold.
yeah, unfortunate stone there for Team Westerberg. Didn't want
Ik
that
denk
tap
zelfs
back,
met 10 dat
moved
ook
it
oké
out
is.
of shot position, and there is still enough room to get around to get
Ik
this
denk dat
yellow.
mijn draaier kan toch wel naar binnen
score
gezet
two.
volgens mij.
Timo saying that on his draw he was maybe a little bit inside, so that's why he's justifying the ice that he's giving now. Just need to move that yellow one a little bit, get the shooter to stay inside the 8 foot.
Kom, Oda. Cleanen.
Don indicating it's heavy,
Curl.
wanting it to curl.
Will it curl in time if it's heavy?
Getting around the guard.
Looks
I think
fine.
It's going to be good.
Okay.
Yep.
Goed curled. 2.
Good stone there. Good start for Team Verreycken as they take a 2-stone lead after this first end.
Was heel
Great
duidelijk.
last stones for Jeroen here. Takeouts, and then with this hack width takeouts.
So it'll draw maybe a little couple of misses on the fist bumps there at the end, but you know they don't get points for that, so just criticisms. You know, that team Westerberg played very solid. It was a tough shot coming over on that draw side. The ice has been super fast this weekend, and just carried a little bit too deep. Got that separation and allowed Verreycken to score 2. And at this level of curling, it's those little mistakes that get you. They add up so easily. And other teams are very willing to take advantage of them. Willing and able. All right, so Tom will be leading things off for Team Verreycken here in end number 2. So they lead it 2-0 over Team Westerberg.
And in the background you can see the coach, John Blight, new coach for Team Verreycken. He is going to watch the games. The coach, Wim Neleman, who was coach for many years, is retiring as a coach for Team Verreycken, and John Blight is picking up the stick. I think one of his jobs will be to get Team Verreycken as close as possible to Division A and the Euro
Hoeft
Championships.
niet meer te curlen. 15 seconden.
Don did the scoreboard, he could play again,
Doen,
so
we
he's
hebben
doing
even
all the
niet,
right
kan mijn jas
things.
gaan halen.
Center guard just carrying deep. Yeah, I heard Timo say 15 seconds hog to hog. And normally in our Belgian league, we're used to seeing like 13.6 to 14 for T-line, but that was 15, so
Hur lång är den?
considerably faster.
Okej, se lång ut härifrån. Se lång ut. Hur lång är den? Se lång ut. Okej, curla då, curla då.
I don't want this one to come in the house. Want to make sure it curls over, stays in as a guard, stays in play as a guard.
Okej, sorry, jag ska ha lite mindre is.
Well placed. Good execution there from Kim.
And as this game is progressing, we can also mention there are 2 other games going on Sheet A, Team Mercier against Team Dalle. That's on the left side, and then on the right side, Team Hannenen against Geising.
Wissel.
I'm going to try to put the pole.
Yeah. Yep.
Going to try to put the pole up before I forget again.
Oh, en heeft iets opgepakt. Ja.
Didn't quite roll as far as they wanted it, so the shooter is still exposed, which means that Team Westerberg, they are going to try and get it out. Now this B sheet is a bit more straighter than
There we
the other
go.
sheets over on this side.
The poll is live. Get your votes in. Pick your favorite team or whatever you think is going to happen. You can actually vote against your favorite team. They'll never know. This one coming in a little bit hot. I think it's going to catch the side and
Oof,
taps it
making it
under
worse.
guard. Yeah.
Yeah, as I mentioned, this side seems to be a bit straighter, so they had trouble kind of
Nog eens op,
getting it in.
Riccardo!
It's also a bit on the light side to really tap it back. A small error here on the Swedish side. Tapping in the red stone nicely behind their guards.
Immediate call for sweep. Jeroen putting that broom down and sweeping like it's nobody's business, wanting to get this one on the inside. Roll over a bit, but no,
Okay.
unfortunately stays on the nose. Joel possibly looking at an angle here.
Here.
Going to see some weight on this one.
Nej. Kolla, 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 kolla! Kolla, 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 kolla!
No. He can call for curl, but at that speed, sweepers aren't really going to be able to get to do much to it. So even trying to keep up with it was pretty tough.
Dit is ook goed.
So peels off the top guard.
Good.
Is it better to watch the game on ice or on the stream?
Well, let you decide. I think question from Bart Klomp.
Yeah. Bart sitting in here in the canteen. We've got the big screen TV. He can hear us chatting in his ear.
Lijn is
Yeah.
wakker op.
But he can also just turn
Hey, that is
turn
okay,
90
that is
degrees
okay.
the other way and look out the window and see the match. But here we can show angles you can't see from from on the ice.
I'd say Bart, come over to the interview booth and tell us your answer yourself.
Oh, oh. Lijn is prima. Als hem net erin is,
This
is lijn
one's
prima.
Settling in
Okay.
and
1880,
just
1580.
comes in, stops right above the house.
Ah!
Got an in-house vote for Verreycken, but I'm sure he also put it in the poll.
Kolla, 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 kolla!
Another big weight here, wanting to peel off these two.
Oh!
Oh, just slides it between the two. Good effort
Ja,
there.
Terug gewoon toeleggen. Als hem iets te diep komt, kunnen we
So
eventueel
close
zo aan de
at
andere
doing
kant
this
komen,
nice
denk
run
ik.
back takeout, but
Ja, als ze hem overkrult, schierlijk, dat is ook niet het einde van de wereld. Hè.
lots of power there on that
deze
stone.
hier liggen. Maar ik zal langs deze kant komen. Uw LSD zat ik hierop. Die was redelijk naar hem bezig, dus ik denk voor mij dat je dit mocht nemen. Kunnen we hem nog altijd recht houden? Ja. Mikken we 3 of 2? Oké. Ja. Ja. Aan de andere
Not
kant,
really wanting
moest
this
het zijn
too
dat het toch
deep,
te
but
diep
if it
komen,
does
laat
happen to
het
go
weten.
and over
Dan
curl,
kunnen we
getting in
eventueel
between
doorkeuren
the
achter de gele.
kind of tucked in under that
Yeah.
corner of the yellow
Zo.
wouldn't be so bad either. Sweepers
Oh,
went
yeah.
down right away, getting called off,
Good curl
feeling like
now.
it's a bit wide. Needs to curl.
Yeah, just stays pretty straight over on that side.
This is
Again.
that one side here on the sheet that's, if it's too wide, it doesn't really move in. So that one's staying out wide.
Okej. Ja, vilken gillar du helst då? Jag gillar typ den här lite mer, för den här är ju missbar.
Now, Team Westerberg has options here, kind of hit and roll either direction, doesn't really matter.
Ja. 11,5 eller? Prickar, 11,5. Antingen in bakom deras röda, eller bakom garden. Bakom röda tänkte jag i första hand faktiskt. Jag tror ni, tror du behöver lite, tror du vill ha lite mer is då, eller vad tror ni? För 11,5? Ta lite mer. Tack. 11,5.
A little bit more. It sounded very English, although it was probably Swedish.
Och curla! 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 Curla hela vägen!
Swing a curl.
Curla! Eller?
Might move,
Är det rakt?
but that's going to
Whoa,
clip that top
bakom
one.
cornern!
Will that roll out? It's going to roll pretty far to the edge of the rings. Team
Sorry.
Maroon leaning on it, but didn't quite get it.
Yeah, it was a bit outside from the start, so he called out needed to curl, but they couldn't sweep it
Fractie
in.
minder ijs. Oké. Terug hetzelfde proberen.
I'm going to try the same thing with a little bit less ice, but I still feel like they maybe didn't give enough or are giving too much. That's the word I'm looking for.
Nu, ik denk dat 360 sowieso al T-line is. Dus ik denk 80 dat zelfs mooi zal zijn. Iets vroeger gelost. Wissel, wissel!
Trying to get this one to curl over.
You were saying sounds like the ice is really fast. Yeah, this is feedback we have received from
Oh,
many teams here.
Oh.
Nicely done right there on the center. Good
Jag är lite
sweep,
inne på den här.
good throw. Yep, a lot of the teams have been saying ice is super fast. They feel like this sheet, like from Joel even said earlier that this sheet is playing on us
Halvträff eller?
earlier in the week, or
tjock halv
earlier in
kanske?
the tournament, that both sides were curling roughly
Halv
similar.
funkar.
Seems like today, if you're outside,
Halv-
which is, as
Mer
someone who
passningssläpp,
knows the
eller?
ice we play here, if you're on the King Slice logo outside on the I and K, it kind of stays out there,
vi
but if
måste
you're
öppna upp lite
inside,
för dina
it
stenar.
will
Jag tänker dubbla bort garden här.
curl over. So
Det ser ut att vara mycket is, men det är för mycket is, va? Okej. Jag ska ha halvträff. Ungefär. Kanske lite tjock halv kan funka. Med utsläpp. Ta ändå lite mindre. Tack. Curla! Curla! Curla!
wants this one to curl.
Curla, curla, curla!
Trying to push it over. Catch a little bit of that red, but kind of leaves it in the center
Jag
spot.
sätter den bra.
Yeah, and that
men-
was super unfortunate because now it's still a bit of a serving as a guard there on the center line. That's the one thing they didn't really want. They wanted to make things open over on the center.
So Verreycken with options here, looking
Daar nog
at
eens voor een korte kaart. Dan zou ik eventueel misschien gewoon in neerleggen. Zo, laat ze een drama proberen dan, hè. Nu, ik denk als je hier een legt, dan doen zij gewoon dit. Zo de rol.
they're discussing three options. They can put a guard here,
Oké, wat
They
willen we
can
dan
put a
doen?
guard over here, or they can draw a stone over there.
Oké. Deze lijn dan.
So it looks like they're going to put something up in the middle, wanting to be just a little bit over on the left side of the center line.
Oh, oh. Krijg je hem hier? Nee, oké. Gewoon laten stilvallen dan.
It's right at the edge of the spot where it goes straight and
Down,
curls
curl.
in.
Curl,
Trying to get this to curl over.
curl.
Able to
Curl.
help it some.
Nog even, nog even, nog even, nog even. Oké.
There
Mooi.
they go. That's exactly what I want. Just a little peek over there. Great work from Don on the sweep.
Gillar
Very nice weight from Jeroen. And Tom
alternativ.
just did a good
Antingen
job
drar vi,
watching that stone slide down
eller
the
dunka här.
ice.
Now that basically leaves Team Westerberg with a couple of options. Draw, open things up. Yeah, opening things up is hard with those 3 stones sitting there on the center line.
Yeah, he looked at
Bäst
that
är det där.
briefly coming
då kommer
in
det ingen
off
guard, då
this
får du dra.
yellow, but that's very
Antagligen.
tough.
They have 2 more stones, so
Vadå?
still have options here.
Eller vill du... Okej, ja.
Looking to do some clearing there.
Ja. Träffen är där typ.
More or less need to hit this one straight on the nose.
Tror de isen...
Thing is, with straight on the nose, you also leave the center guards.
Yep.
Där
I don't know
kanske?
if that's something they want.
Gillar du det? Inte mycket, jag ska ha mindre. Oh. Kalla! Kalla! Rakt! Rakt!
Gets it on the nose. Gets the one out on the edge, but does leave that corner center guard there.
Yeah, it kind of clears 2 red ones, but as we mentioned, it leaves still a center guard that's useful. Although they can use it to run it back on red, score 2 if they manage to make that run back. So that could be fantastic, and therefore Timo opting let's try and neutralize that run back option. Other option is avoiding them from
Als er
scoring
hier een
2. So
beetje ligt,
looking
is
at
ook
that
niet
second
erg
stone,
gedaan.
that's not reachable.
Yep. Anywhere on either side between these two, the red and the yellow, just sticking out a little bit on either side is going to be enough.
In between the 2 stones, avoiding
Juist wel beter als die.
Westerberg from doing a good run back here. I think run back is something they can manage on this level. That is a doable stone. I wouldn't call it an easy stone. It's never an easy stone, no.
En is mooi. Oh.
The curl.
6. Deze is ook oké hier.
Out
Lijn
over
dan,
the eye.
Oh,
Calling
kijken,
for
kijken,
line.
niet te diep.
They don't want to leave a double here.
Whoa.
Feels a bit heavy. So going for plan B. Joel is trying to sweep it as deep as possible. Unfortunately
Is nog
for
tweede
Team
shot.
Westerberg, it's second shot, so it leaves takes away an opportunity to score 2. It's
Där.
basically a 4-1 here.
De har 2. Den här är 12 fot. Dra dit va?
Unless they
Ja.
do this.
Kan bli skott där.
I don't.
Perfect,
Nudda
but
bara
that's maybe
locket.
too big of a
I
risk.
don't know that they could get
Det är nästan omöjligt att bli
with
skott
enough
där.
weight to move both of those reds.
Oh, that's possible. If you just find a good angle, then you have You have the shot stone running into the red stone in the back, and they both
Litt
go
der,
out.
fortell Dagny, eller?
But the thing
Oh,
is,
you're talking about the run back with the yellow.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
thought you meant straight on because they're talking about drawing and going around.
yeah, drawing is
Dagny,
the let's say the
belong in.
safer option.
Rent, rent!
No need to
Oh,
take a
okay.
risking a steal of 2
belong.
at this point in the game.
Nei, bare la det være.
But it's also a hard draw here.
Det er det.
Yeah, it
Feels a bit heavy though. Are
Yeah.
we seeing a steal of 2 with this
That
heavy
is
one?
a steal of 2. Yep.
Okay.
Coming out,
red.
and so 2 red.
I think Jeroen is making the difference here on this 4th position.
Yeah, so far he has been really putting the stones where they need to be, putting pressure on.
Yeah, we were hoping for a close game, but so far Verreycken having a 4-point lead on the scoreboard as they're getting some consult from their coach.
Well, let's take a look at the other scores coming in on the other sheets as we've got a break. Mercier leading Dalla 3-0 in the third end. Obviously not coming up here for some reason. And then Hananen trailing Geising 5-0 in the third end. That's a bit of a surprise. Hananen has looked very strong. Geising showing what they're made of. With that steal of 2 in the second end, Verreycken leads Westerberg 4-0. Tom will be starting things off. For Team Verreycken here.
Dennis, wakker op, dan eerst.
Feels like the
Line
line
is
is
correct.
tight. There it is, starting to curl over. Trying to hold that as far as they can.
Lijn is oké nu. 15-40.
That one's okay. Settles in, top of the forefoot. Trying to bait Team Westerberg into hitting. Looks like that is not the case. They're going to go with
Litt
a
plass. Bare fart.
quarter guard.
Bra. Ok, linje. Lite plats. Køla. Køla. Køla og fart. Fart da. Kjør for fart. Kjør for fart. Vent, ta det lite längre. Kom igen. Perfekt linje. Bra sop.
Just a little bit high. Decent position otherwise.
Yeah, I don't mind it. I mean,
Twee is ook
this
nog
is a
oké.
decent corner guard. It basically guards that zone where 8 foot and 12 foot border there. So gives them an opportunity to come around.
Lijn is mooi. Oh.
Super staying off
Down
it. Feel
is.
like it's a little bit heavy.
Hij zat afremmen. Oh. Overcurled. Laat het stil vallen.
Might over curl, wanting to swing it.
1670.
Die down.
Nee, 1570. Oké.
No, that's great. That's
Well, it clearly overcurled.
Clearly
Just look at
overcurled,
that.
yeah.
I mean, I can see
That's
at least 1/5 of the
disgusting.
redstone, and what a miss here for Tom. And this is what happens when you don't have two in the team. You get these kind of bad stones.
Bare fart. Ok,
well,
gå da.
sure.
Hur lång är den?
If you wouldn't go off on ski
Va?
holidays in the middle of the season, you wouldn't have to watch them play without me.
Køla. Jag vet inte.
Here goes on a ski holiday during the World Curling event. Dalla went on a ski holiday during the men's national team challenger. Because skiing is still important for semi-professional curlers.
I'm not 100% sure what the call was that with Westerberg Stone. Why would they? I think it was just light. They must have been trying to draw in onto the freeze, onto the corner freeze, onto the shot stone, and then it just came up light. Because I don't know why they would put up a center guard there.
Lijn is mooi.
but helping Team Verreycken out a little
Ziet er
bit.
hard uit. Oké. Mag nog curlen, maar ziet er wel hard uit.
Feels this one's a little bit heavy.
Yep.
Yep.
Een tikje.
I don't think
Beetje opzij.
just a little tap.
I don't mind it.
All right. Well, they had to keep
They
that
got
one
the
on the
veil
center
up front.
line since that was the 5th stone play to the end. So if they had moved it
Den där va?
off, then they lose their stone.
Träff där. Paris där också. Go.
Big weight from Munz.
Yep.
Or at least I hope I'm
Okay.
pronouncing his name correctly.
Bra spel.
There's a nice double takeout, or
Sorry, I
did
went a
one
little late.
redstone remain? No, that was a
No, a nice
excellent
run
double
back.
one.
Yep, cleans it out.
Run back, double takeouts did the job.
I only ask if Munz's name is pronounced, if I'm pronouncing it correctly, because it has a little circle over the A, which I'm unfortunately unable to type on my keyboard when I put it in the screen. So
I think then the pronunciation is more like Muns, with a more O
Lijn is
sound to
mooi.
it.
Jeroen eerst. Even lijn.
I'm sure however we pronounce it, it would be
Hard
wrong.
Lijn is oké. Wissel zelfs.
This one easily around the guard, trying to make this one curl over now without going too deep. And that settles down just behind
Ik had geen
Teague
idee
and
als ze
dragged
hem in één
out
keer ging gaan
to
of niet. Dus daarmee.
past the back of the 4.
Vilken hand känner du för?
That's going to give Team Westerberg
Ganska
something to
rakt
kind
där.
of draw to.
Har du dem där? Var lite, bara fart, bit ut. Rent. Köra. Okej, köra. Köra då. Köra. Köra, du har en. Köra. Hur lång är den nu?
Needs to
Kolla,
curl a lot.
kolla,
It's also
kolla,
slightly
kolla,
heavier than the previous
kolla.
stone
Bra
here.
sop, kolla. Vidare lite till, lite till, lite till, lite till, lite till, lite till, lite till. Bra sop. Härligt.
That one
Det här borde inte gå att
does
göra
all
nästan.
right. Yeah.
Yeah, nice stone here.
Ja. Ik denk het wel. Nu. Ik denk daar en een klein beetje naar binnen gezet zit op de guard. Dus ik ga zien dat ik hem zeker...
So still enough curl in this. That red guard's high enough they can get around and get after it.
We willen liefst van al voor de T-line blijven.
That is what they're going to do. Could possibly also going just to draw it in there since it's behind the T-line.
Iets meer op zit dan op mijn counters. Dus,
Bring this down. Oh, it feels a little bit on the light side. That looks like it's going to curl onto that red stone.
Yeah. We've seen some misses here from Timo so far in this end.
Ganska rakt där. Ganska rakt där.
Well, that was his first stone of the ends, so no.
Or for this game, I mean,
This
yeah.
match, yes.
Alltså, jag tror
I
i det
think I
här
recall in
Måns-
the first end, there was also
Ja,
a draw that
Bara sexa
overcurled a
timmar
bit.
ganska rakt där, ganska snabbt. Ja, nu ska jag upp på mina 60 kanske då. Efter nya
mean,
släpper sin...
It did, one positive is they did
Oh,
open it
okay.
up a little bit over there,
Lite
made it
mer
a
tror
little
jag
bit
ändå
more
kan ta.
accessible.
Okej. Okej.
But that also means they made it open, more accessible for Team Westerberg too. So
Yeah, they Verreycken is the stealing team, so they really prefer to come around the guards and kind of put a red stone in there again.
Igång. Hur lång? Okej, jobba då. Kom igen!
Also, this
Bra.
one's similar.
Hur lång är den?
Sweeping
Very
hard for a
light.
line.
You can see him flexing that
Vilka är det?
broom.
Jobba då!
Carl Oscar putting all of his weight into it.
Okej, wow.
Oh, and it just chips.
Yeah, for a minute there, I felt like it was going
Oh.
to squeeze around the guards.
Got
They
the little
funkar.
Swedish curl back inside, so takes away any gap that might have been there.
At least they are the hammer team. They can always tap their stones in. I mean, if you're looking at the situation for Verreycken here, they are looking at putting something right in the house, but there is not
Hier een
that
fractie
much room.
meer.
Basically, you have to try and come in between those yellow stones. Still plenty of room there, about
Ik denk dat deze
2.5
kant
stones
iets te
wide
laag
to
is.
get in.
En. En.
And that was a quick call for line also from Jeroen. Oh, he's over curling.
Feels a little bit light as well. Yeah, that's going to get on that yellow.
And again,
Just clips it.
can almost get it in the house, but that's just not enough. So kind of 2 misses here from Belgian skip.
Ja. Så förra är lite
Yeah, he
marginal
will
men funkar.
not be happy about that.
För det räcker ju att bli topp 8 alltså.
He
Curla lite
made
mer.
that gap just
Okej.
a little bit
Ja, men farten
wider,
inte
so
kontrolleras. Det bara curlar in.
Joel going to have a lot more.
Ja. Men jag tror ändå...
Room to
jag
go
tror det
through
går
there.
100 10
Only the sweepers could have held the line better, John. Only the sweepers could have swept that a bit harder. I mean, still the third end, they should be fresh. Way too soon to give up on power.
Curla! Curla!
Trying to make this one curl.
Curla! Curla!
Oh, is that going to catch out?
Comes in, but will it
Nemo!
stay
Just the
exposed?
gird.
Ja, kör!
Either
Och så
bury
längre!
it or keep it in front of the tee line.
Helvete.
Still opportunities here for Team Verreycken. The gap is there. The Yellowstones are behind tee line, so this is a perfect pocket to come in and draw. Now it's up to Jeroen to show Timo how it's done.
En is mooi. Wow dan, wow dan. Wow dan. Veel ruimte ook. Waar is hem kijken hè? Moet tot 7 komen. Dan eerst.
All right, trying to make this curl at the finish.
Beautiful.
There, oh,
Although a bit deep maybe?
just a little bit past tee, yeah.
Yeah,
If you're going to
but-
find fault with it, it's just going to be that.
But if you look at it from a 4-to-1 kind of perspective, that's a very, very nice stone.
Yeah.
Sitting behind the guards, protection in the back. So not easy here for Team Westerberg. Scored additional points.
Japp! Oj, sorry. Japp! Wow, bara fart! Vilken fart! Okej, jobba då! Jobba då! Okej, linje, lite vid. Hur lång är den? Okej. Wow! Wow!
Pulling the sweepers off.
Bara låt den vara tror jag.
I guess that
think
one
this one
was
could-
light.
think it
You're
will.
never going to be able to drag that down.
I think if it's light and they don't want to overcurl it and leave the gap open for Team Verreycken
Ja.
to follow up with a second
Ben we eens
stone.
aan het zien hè.
The unfortunate thing with the way the stones are looking around the center line is there are no kind of decent run back options for Westerberg. They have to kind of
You
run
do
back.
have this one.
Yeah, but they are
Ik
in
denk dat
these
de dien
angles.
het gevaarlijkste is eigenlijk.
I think Timo
Ah,
is seeing
okay,
that, and
links.
Jeroen is
Van
seeing it
links.
as well,
Ja, ja, ja.
and just sort of.
Nee, is goed. Zoiets.
Yep. Verreycken is just going to throw up a guard over here. Yeah, don't worry about it.
Yeah,
moet
sometimes
hem
I don't know when
afletten,
you
man.
want to draw
Ik ga
stuff,
nog iets meer ijs geven.
but it makes sense. They just want to put a draw in front of that Yellowstone, prevent the run back.
Yep.
Verreycken in control here again. Jeroen with a very nice draw.
Lijn is
Now,
oké, Daan is.
following up with a
Oh.
guard.
Niet te diep. Niet te diep. Waar is hem? Keul als kan. Keul, 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 keul. Alle twee. Keul, keul, keul. Yep, 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 yep.
Trying to get this one behind it in some way. Ooh,
Okay.
a little bit of a Swedish curl over there. Does that take some of that angle out?
Yeah, hard to see. Think it does. I think Timo said okay. I'm not sure, but
Nej.
if the angle's there,
Tror
it's
inte
just
Hur ska vi få poäng? Bara köpa? Ja. Jag tror
a
det.
team coming over to kind of
Look at them,
look at
huh?
options here. They have 2 run back options.
Right, the way I see it, which doesn't really show up because they're standing in the way. We try the other angle.
Vad tror du, Kalle?
So there's a possibility on this one to run it back. You have this wide angle to run back.
Lilla det.
And that first option is not possible, I think, because with the angle you want to hit the Yellowstone, then that first
Very
center
close.
guard is kind of in the way to find
Yeah,
that
that
angle.
one is very tight.
Yeah,
Vi
so
ser väl inget om det här, va?
Now, oops,
let's-
he's discussing maybe hitting in
oh yeah, so here is
off
the angle.
that, yeah.
Yeah.
But
Vilken
that's
gillar du?
also tough.
Kör vi den?
I think just promoting that far corner guard as is the one that has the most chance
Nick
of
us out.
success, the most reachable stone.
Träff, träff, träff där. Is. Där.
Not easy though, and steal could be hard here for Team Westerberg. Second
Got out.
steal.
Kalla, 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 kalla. Kalla.
Trying to curl this over. They need to get it back at the right angle.
Okay.
Unfortunately, going to be just over. So
Oj. Oops, sorry.
steal of 1.
Ja, tack.
Yeah, and for a minute there, I felt like Westerberg had options, especially after Timo kind of missing both his draw shots. But yeah, they weren't able to really kind of punish that. Also with a draw that was too deep on their side. And then Jeroen made a difference with a very good draw. And Westerberg, they are a decent team. They're not far off, but they are facing a strong Verreycken so far. 5-0, and that's a tough one to come back. So the black tape that is hiding the quote 2025 WCT Men's Challenger winner is going to be tucked away under a couple of extra layers of duct tape so far. But the good thing for them is even if they lose the game, well, they can be just second in the group. There's just a different
Lijn is mooi.
roads to
Daan
the
is.
final. It's not the worst case. It's not like a do or die. If you lose this one, you're out of the race. So
Lijn begint er wat krap te worden.
that helps.
Tom opening things up here in end number 4 for
Ja,
Team
ligt over
Verreycken as they
Keulen.
lead at
Hij
5-0
gaat
over
afremmen. Jep,
Westerberg.
jep, jep, jep.
Bringing
15
this one
seconden.
into the house.
Ja, ik heb het gevoel dat hij daar zo...
Makes sense. They have a 5-point lead, so why not?
Got an update from the other sheets. Mercier, Dalla scored 2 to get back into their match against Mercier, still trailing 3-2.
Bara fart.
Verreycken leads
Okay, Linja.
Westerberg 5-1.
Okay, Linja.
Oops, that should be 0.
Okej.
And Haninen
Lite
getting
platt
on the
också.
board, but they still trail Kaising
lång ut. Ja.
5-1.
Jag tror det, va? Okej. Fast. 16-2.
And Gijsing winning against Hanninen. Is that a good result for Team Verreycken? Or would they still
Mercier,
need a
yeah, I think so.
tiebreaker?
If Mercier wins, yeah, if Mercier beats Dalla, they have the tiebreaker against Dalla. But Mercier lost to Hanninen.
Yeah, so Hanninen is still sitting in a strong position there.
Yep. Oh.
I
Clean.
believe if Hanninen beat both Mercier and Dalla, then
Oké, snel zit.
they're probably locked into second place.
39.
Because if it's
Ja.
if it's just a two-way tie, they will always beat their direct opponent. If it's a three-way tie, I don't think a three-way tie is possible because they won against both opponents. So I think we can already kind of confirm Hanninen being second in that group.
Okej, linje. Ja, håll igång då. Lite vid också. Måns närmast gärna. Jobba ut den. Hur lång är den? Ja, släpp för fart. Båda. Det är bra det här ändå. Bra så. Nice. Bra spel.
Goed. Probleem is als je hem doortikt, laat er waarschijnlijk een triple achter. Dus ik zou zo komen. Kan, maar dat is niet het idee. Gewoon 7.
All right, Timo's saying he doesn't like tapping the red one back because then you leave a potential triple. So they're just going to try to draw this one around behind their own red.
En is mooi. Jeroen eerst. Als je kunt, even lijn.
Yeah. You never want to kind of give a triple to your opponent.
Ja, we gaan
unless
chippen.
your opponent is
gaan
white
chippen,
mass.
denk
They
ik.
would like a triple, but other than that, something
Chip's
you
not
don't
the
Yep, yep,
worst
yep,
thing
yep.
here. You want to get a little bit of space between it. Oh, that time the Swedish curl maybe hurts them a little bit. Kind of sets it up, but Westerberg saying that we're going to try to set our own up.
Yeah, they kind of have to ignore the build-up from Team Verreycken here so far, finishing their corner guard setup, and then start clearing some red stuff.
Ha lite plats. Okej, linje. Rent. Wow, hur lång är den? Wow.
Kind of a heavy, clean, a little snow plow effect, trying to
6. Okej, hur lång?
And for a
Yeah,
tap and
no.
roll,
clean.
Okej, låt det vara. Om du stannar själv så behöver vi inte toucha den.
Nope, that one's going to overcurl.
yeah,
Oh,
for a minute
okay.
there I felt like they were going for a plan B and try and sweep it, step off the red one and find a roll there.
Yeah, I think maybe a bit of
Jij
miscommunication
ligt de 9
there,
of de 8?
or indecision.
9 of 8.
I also feel like the sweeper was leaning on his broom a little too much for cleaning, you know. Maybe that had an effect to drag it down a little further than they wanted.
Yep. Oh. Curl. Okay.
A little mistake here, although no,
that
I'm
was,
sorry, that was a correct one to take out the guards.
Ställer. 4-5.
Yep, gets it
Taking
away, opens up that yellow in the back, but that yellow in the back is fourth stone, so
Rent. Lite plats. Wow, hur lång? Okej, curla.
wanting
Rent.
it
Bra,
to
bara
curl.
fart. Ta den hit, bra linje. Hur lång? Rakt då. Wow. Räcker.
really a little bit of indecision on that Sometimes it helps to know what they're saying, but it just
Ja.
didn't seem like he was
Bedoel,
sure what
ik
he
denk niet
wanted.
dat
And
Nou, ik denk niet dat je hem te doen kunt pakken. Dus, oké.
Now that's an interesting angle with the yellow one
Welk?
against the red one. If you kind of
Vier, ja.
think if you hit
Ik
the
denk wel als
yellow
we
one
zo
hard,
wat
both
gaan
reds
vallen.
might go out.
yep.
Maar,
But they may actually try to play this on their own, take it
ja.
away from Westerberg, open up that yellow.
nee. Acht.
So far, majority of the votes are for Team Verreycken in the poll. 67% of you say a win, 11% a tie, and 22% going for Westerberg.
Go! 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 Go!
Oh, what a great stone here, and
There
yellow
it is, yep.
is gone.
Picks
Two
that
reds in the
yellow
house.
out. They lose one of their reds, but they don't care. Get rid of it.
Nej, bara vicka. Problemet är om man touchar ut den dit. Det är
Of
lite
course,
tråkigt,
Timo
men-
not happy.
Det var
He
fri,
missed it
va?
by a millimeter, and so
Classic Timo.
yeah, but I hit it just right. It wouldn't have taken our red out at all. It's like I somehow
Gillar
doubt
det.
that, but
Eller? Jag hatar inte att peta på den heller. Det gäller Thomas Hall.
I overheard Peel.
Tänker vi tar den där och vickar ut bara lite. På den där högra. Chappen är väl okej, men gärna lite vick.
oh, if we had the in-booth camera set up for that.
Japp! Oh! Rent! Kalla! Kalla!
Now trying to
Kalla!
rig it the
Kalla!
curl.
Kalla! Kalla! Kalla!
Excellent, excellent. And
That's it.
even yellow might stick around, and if yellow does with a little bit of a Swedish curl, maybe is it in the house? I don't think so.
Don't
Red is still
know.
sticking in the back though, but I think that was an excellent effort here.
Yeah, that was great. It was. I really thought there was going to be a bit of a jam, or that the shooter would go way
Marginalen är
out.
inte riktigt där, va? Den är inte inne, va? Nej, vi bara...
It's hard to tell if it's even from this angle if it's biting. I'm gonna guess not. It feels like there is just a little bit of air in between the edge of the stone and the edge of the 12 foot.
Yep, I agree.
Run! Run! Hard! Hard!
Hold this one. They gotta make sure it goes out.
Hard!
Holds over and kind of freezes up against that corner.
And yeah, that's unfortunate. That's unfortunate.
Dutta
that
lite,
they'll,
på den, dutta lite på den inre kanske. Ja. Det vill jag. Så mycket. Det är det jag vill. Det är det jag vill. Bakkantfart då. Mot är väl alternativet. Bättre det än vad för hård att trycka bort. Typ, vad kan det vara för mig? 30 kanske? Mer bakkant. Ja. Det vill jag. Så mycket. Det jag vill. Det jag vill. Oh. Kalla!
well, it's curl enough. This is known to be the straight
sorry.
side of the ice. You can hear the sorry.
That one just a little on the heavy side. Taps that red one. But is that one in or out?
Feels like it might
Well,
be
they don't steal
in.
us, though.
Hard to seal though.
Det får nästan inte till någon sten.
Yeah, Team Westerberg's kind of struggling a bit.
Seem a bit unconfident in some of their throws. The line calls as well. Maybe you cursed them.
That is
Maybe you're the
right.
curse this time.
Yeah, who knows? Good thing I didn't double down on this
Whistle.
prediction here.
6 is prima, niet te diep. Ja, 14,90. Gewoon laten stilvallen. Dat is die snelle kant, hè.
Yeah, I like the call takeout and then kind of roll in front of those red stones, making the takeout for Verreycken slightly harder.
Yep.
First things first, of course,
There.
getting rid of the red stone.
Okej. Oj, vilken som? Vi kan göra den. Vad gäller isen? Rent. Ja! Wow! Ja! Hårt! Hårt! Inga Måns! Kör framför deras! Framför! Kom igen! Kom igen! Kom igen! Kom
Trying to
igen!
roll that one over.
Wow,
Gets
decent
it,
attempt.
gets it close, but not quite. So, yep. Just wanting to hit this
Blijf
one.
redelijk recht hier, hè.
Want to try to hold the shooter, force Westerberg to draw for one.
Yep.
This one looking okay. Going to catch on the edge, but is going to roll too far.
Hij heeft niks gedaan.
Left daar. Is
Click the
daar
wrong
kanskje?
button. I toggled the skip mute instead of switching to the next stone. That's why we did not hear
Wow!
Timo say anything.
Kara! Kara! Kara!
Trying to curl this.
Kara!
Oh no!
No!
And another steal of one, and this is such a straight side, but both teams kind of underestimate the straightness of that side. Kind of expecting it to curl more was the case with Jeroenstone, but also the case with Team Westerberg here, of Team Westerberg basically getting the most damage from that underestimation. And the scoreboard is looking good for the Belgian team, but it's kind of looking very, yeah, brutal is maybe a hard word, but what else can I say about a 6-0? And
Could be nicer.
it can be nicer. Yeah,
that's the team you picked, and
that's
we like.
the team I picked. Yeah, but I
But
think
yeah, they've just not quite been so sharp. I think Team Verreycken has fewer misses, has been kind of dictating the way that the ends have been played. That yeah, it's been a really tough one for Team Westerberg.
yeah, how do you get back from that? I mean, just catching up 6 points with on average, I would say two hammers. But looking back at the scoreboards, lots of steals here from Verreycken. So.
Yeah, I mean, I think Westerberg's going to have to kind of find the rhythm, be confident in their shots, and execute. Really, it's like that last one was just a bit outside. It didn't curl enough. Didn't maybe had too much weight. Maybe too much ice.
Yeah, and Joel Westerberg, he mentioned to me like, sure, we would like to win and get that kind of dodge from Team Shu, play against the other A2 team, and also just winning this game is a good morale boost coming out of the group as a unbeaten first placed team, claiming that best seed. But he also said, well, we kind of want to play against Shu in this tournament, and kind of getting that seed in the first semi-final is giving us an extra stream. And it's also giving us the game against Shu, so there's a good alternative prize there.
I can't believe they would actually go for that. So Tom starting things off for Team Verreycken here in end number 5 as they lead Team Westerberg 6-0.
Dan is beter. 15 seconden.
This one
Acht.
drifting into the house. And going to get into the back of the forefoot. They're trying to bait Westerberg into hitting, but no such luck.
They need the guards. Just going for a battle plan that gives them 1 point is not good enough.
Ligger ju lite vid också, men det ser ut att stanna. Ja, men låt den kanske vara. Det behöver inte curla den
One
faktiskt.
looking all right.
Bra det.
Goes. Timo wanting another one on the top of the forefoot.
Den is mooi. Dan eerst. Wissel. Oh, voor T-line, hè. Ik heb harder als een deze. Eventueel erachter trekken.
This one coming
Dus
in
dan eerst,
deep.
dan eerst. Dan.
Try to hold it, get it around. Oh no, sets
Yeah.
up a pocket.
Yeah.
But Westerberg not taking it. They're still sticking with the corner guards, trying to build up.
Bra linje. Fin linje.
You can see Gerry walking up to the ice. Is it because one team is
Hur lång är den nu?
in need for a bit of a reminder that pacing needs to be respected?
Ni är inte jämna ut så vill jag ha den här.
Well, would only be sheet C,
Närmare
but
då.
they're just finished their fourth end, so maybe telling them, hey, you guys don't need to take a break.
Dan kunnen we zeggen dat gewoon 1 hier ligt. Ja.
Stone into the house here, definitely something in the middle.
Den is mooi. Mag nog wat curlen op het einde. Den ziet er prima uit. Mag op het einde nog een fractie curlen. 1560. Misschien mogen we nog een klein beetje curlen.
Just a little bit more curl. He asked for it, and right there on top of the forefoot.
Yeah, at what point will Team Westerberg decide to
We
deal
can
with
do
those
it now.
stones? Feels like the center guard build-up didn't quite work. It was a
Nej, det är
couple
ganska
of
hög.
times also the case where they needed 3 stones or more to kind of have that build-up. And if you don't have the build-up ready with the first 2 stones, you basically allow your opponent to have a free kind of unpressured setup for themselves. That has
Yeah, it's
But-
kind of what
Hello,
they're doing here. They've got
Rent.
2 decent corner guards, although one's
Rent.
quite high. So
Kolla
they're going to try
lite.
to play behind this side here,
Rent,
get
rent.
something set up,
Kolla,
then start
kolla.
playing
Hur lång är
things
den?
away.
Kolla. Bara kolla. Rent. Rakt. Rent, rakt. Okej. Ja, längd,
Yeah, because
längd,
even here,
längd.
the
Bra
opening
där.
of Team
Wow,
Verreycken was
jättebra
not as
draget.
perfect as they wanted to, but
Nice.
well, they were given an extra chance to put up another stone.
Eventueel dit, anders gewoon eruit rollen.
Yeah, so now Team Verreycken could just start playing hits.
9.
And so that is what they're going to do.
Yeah, I think that's an interesting discussion. Like, if your corner guard strategy is not set up in the first 2 stones, but you need 3 stones, does that kind of reduce the potential of that strategy?
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, it does. It does. for the peel off
kijk even
here,
vooral.
pinning the
Nee,
guard.
eruit,
If it
eruit,
doesn't get in
eruit,
the middle,
eruit.
they're going to keep playing it. They want it all the way over. And Tom not quite getting it
58.
all the way out.
Inderdaad. Bra linje. Rent. Ja. Wow, bara fart. Rent, bra linje, bara fart. Curla lite. Curla. 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 I lungen. Curla. Och så curla för att gömma den. Och så curla hela vägen. Och så curla ändå. Curla. 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 Okej, bra där. Bra spel.
Ben gets not bothering with the next guard, so let's set up. We've got that one there. Let's use it.
Nej. Kan inte, men det...
Ik zou eerst in deze pakken. Ja, maar als hem ooit ertussen zit. Ik denk... Tom! Hoeveel zie jij van een deze?
Almost
Beginnen met een
nothing.
vier.
Well, I'm guessing like a fourth.
Ja,
Still.
is de nose,
But
is de
it's
nose.
nicely buried, huh?
Yeah.
Yep.
But with that one so high, they could easily go after it with
Yeah,
like
yeah.
a lighter weight.
Yeah, the guard is sitting pretty close to the hog line there.
10, proberen naar binnen toe te rollen. Is de nose, het is de nose. Het. Geen fractie minder. Yep.
That is immediately called straight from the release here.
Oké, laten we maar liggen.
Yeah. Not a bad result. Gets rid of it.
Yeah,
Leaves
that
a
was-
shooter in the house.
A good alternative case. Preferably rolling inside, but nose hit was also acceptable. As mentioned by Timo, so good stone there from Team
Jag ser
Verreycken.
ganska mycket under.
A quick update
stop.
from the other sheets.
Alternativet vickar ut
For
hit.
sheet A, Team Dalla tied it up with Team Mercier. They're in
Sure
the
enough.
fifth end, excuse me. Here, Verreycken leads 6-0 over Westerberg in the fifth. And over
Hold
on
on.
sheet C, Hanaden scored
Okay,
3 to get within 1 of Heising, so they
hold
trail 5-4.
Nej, 11.
That's turning into a
Ja,
good
halvträff.
match.
Seems like
Kan ta lite
we
mer i skott.
haven't been
Yeah.
that lucky in picking the close, tense games so far in this event. I think we had the one game, Hanin and Dalla, that was close and
Yep.
tense all the way, but other games were far from
Ja.
yeah, exciting score-wise sometimes. But that promises to change
Oh!
once we enter the
Ja,
knockouts, of course.
ja. Ingen. Kör Kim. Kör Kim.
Gets rid of 1. Rolls over on top of their own.
Kom met een 10. En een 10.
You can just sort of get rid
Gewoon
of
een
them.
10. Je moet hem niet perfect op de neus hebben, hè. 1 voor 1.
Like, getting rid of 1 is enough.
Yeah, they're basically in the business of clearing out Yellowstones. You don't need to try and squeeze the max out of one attempt. Each Yellowstone out of the house is a potential point, not on the scoreboard. They have the 6-point lead.
Just off the nose. Rolls a yellow
Okay.
over.
Je krijgt hem weg.
Yellow lying shot, but behind the tee,
lägger den.
and there's the big pocket, so
Det är så lätt bara att lämna en dubbel, men ja. Det här är väl inga dubblar, eller?
still a few Westerberg believers.
Yeah.
They've
det här
added
då?
a couple of percentages to the
Okej.
vote pool.
Vad tror du om det här? Gå ner hit, bakans fart. Trycka rakt på, splitta isär de här lite.
Seems like
Den här är för en proff.
Team Dalle is also playing pretty
Marginal
strong
goal
against
mot
Team Mercier. Don't forget Team Mercier, fourth in the European Bs, 5 wins
Bak
there.
8 i fart då.
So I guess if by any chance Dalle would become the men's national team next weekend, they start trading more, then they can also be a very strong team in the B division maybe next year.
Och kanske
Yep.
möjligtvis flytta på den lite så att den yttre gula till höger har någonting bakom. Ja, och bakant 8 fot kanske. Alltså 9. 8, 9. Lite mindre kanske. Lite mindre. Tack. Okej. Okej, kör då. Kör då. Hur lång är
Bring
den?
the curl.
Okej. Kör då. Vad vill du ha den, Måns?
Wanting to freeze up against might be a little bit heavy. It's gonna tap just a little bit, but that little gap could mean something.
Yeah, it changes the situation. So Timo kind of calling in the team to kind of look at. The team,
denk gewoon de nose.
the team of one,
Maar ik
Mr.
weet niet
Jeroen.
zeker wat deze heeft hier
Yeah,
op gaat
you've got to
zitten.
throw this.
Gewoon
Come here and
rechtstreeks bam.
look at it.
Yeah.
Het probleem is, als je hem,
We have an overhead view of this one.
zou ik hem zo kunnen krijgen dat deze recht gaat?
Oops, no, this one. Yes, there we go.
Yeah.
Go to the right house.
All the stones just
Dat is ook
disappeared.
gewoon de nose, eventueel een tikje aan de binnenkant, snel genoeg dat die 6 vooral weg is. Ik zou hem zeker een 8 pakken, ja. Ja. Kom je het liefst zo? Clean up. Oh, go. 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 Go.
Curl this over. Gets rid of one. Timo trying to sweep the other. That actually moves out into fourth spot. So
And that works. And those 2 red stones left behind are pretty nice.
Yep.
I think Joel looking at a little hit and
Really
roll,
fuck.
preferably getting both reds out. And he wants to roll outside, but he also kind of wants both reds out here.
Det är risk att den här hänger då.
Yeah, the roll brings the risk
Yeah, yeah,
that the first red
Inifrån,
stone
va?
might jam on the second because of the angle there.
Yep. And if they go too
Precis,
far
kanske där
wide
då.
on the hit, the shooter will roll out.
Not an easy one. Line calls will be very essential here.
Japp. Japp.
There's your first line
Hårt.
call.
Hårt. Hårt.
Close around
Okay.
the guards. And gets them
Down to
both
one,
out.
And
Oh.
but doesn't get that red far enough.
Ja,
Good
the other one.
effort there. Great effort.
Yeah. It was a bit of a alternative way for a double takeout and
Bring him
almost
this way.
worked though. But Timo is saying red is sitting
Desnoods een
first
fractie
and
dieper.
second shots.
Dat is ook oké.
Splitting the house
Dit is
and
ook nog goed.
forcing Westerberg to just go for one here.
Yep.
Geen een tikkeltje meer, Reis.
That's how much a tickle of ice is, chat.
A tickle is in Belgium a well-known way to measure distances.
He's very precise.
Yeah.
En is mooi.
Verreycken already lying 2, looking to put a third one in and forcing
Mag
Westerberg
wisselen.
to draw to
Mag
1.
curlen. Ziet er hard uit. Ik heb 15, 20. Ja, moet voor het tee blijven. Oké.
Yeah, and this makes a difference. If it's behind tee, it suddenly becomes a target to kind of hit and stay. If it's in front of the tee, then you cannot play a tag out. You have to do a very good draw. So just that little bit of extra distance on this stone completely changes the call here for Team Westerberg. But the result is still 4-1, and your shooter cannot roll out. There's a bit of roll space in the 8 foot. No more than that.
To carve this over, make sure it
Oh,
gets,
no.
but
Oh no, hitting it too thin. Rolls out, taps against yellow, and where does it sit? It is sitting. Second shot, so
Oh,
another
no.
steal here. Another steal for Verreycken. And even though they didn't have the perfect shot previously, Jeroen was slightly too deep, but Westerberg not able to punish that. And they were forced to 1, and then a forced mistake for the Swedish team. And yeah, looking at the scoreboard, yet another badge that is sitting on the top half of the board that should have been theirs on the yellow side. And not much for Team Verreycken to discuss other than, well, keep up the good work, keep up the pressure, don't give them that much attempts to score a lot. And yeah, question here is, are we going to see another corner guard setup? I guess so. I mean, they have to put up guards and be able to score.
Yep.
Those are corner guards, obviously, but those corner guards haven't paid off so far. Always dealing
En is
with
mooi.
quite a lot of red stones to clear.
Stopt hem er nog voor.
Tom leading things off here in end number 6. Team Verreycken has a 7-0
Krijg
lead
hem
over
erdoor.
Westerberg. I don't think we will be seeing many more ends if Westerberg doesn't put up a huge end here. Verreycken not going to worry about leaving anything deep or in front of the house. Everything will either be through or at the back. So
Yeah, biting in the back is not the worst. It's still in the house. Still counts.
Joel opting to put a center guard.
Oj, långt ut men.
Not always the worst thing in the world to take advantage
thought-
of this center position or establish yourself in the middle, even if you do have the hammer.
Här någonstans tänkte jag. Bara här. Nej, vi ska börja gard. Utan någonting dra runt eller? För att hitta linjerna eller? Gillar inte det? Vill ni bara dra till tid? Vill ni?
This one stayed a bit wide.
Ligger.
And Timo saying, let's just get rid of his own. Let's not keep anything back here either.
Yeah.
That's not helping us.
Yep. Oh. Andere kant. Curl. Oh, lijn. Oh, die blijven vies hangen. Amai, sorry jongens.
And the straight side again.
Fortunately, that's not a nuclear error for them. Just sort of something sitting in the back. We can deal with it later. Honestly, when you have this kind of lead, having something to throw at is a little bit better than just like,
Yeah, you have
what do we
something to aim
do?
for,
Yeah, because sometimes you feel like, oh, just throwing it away for nothing? That seems...
Did I train
Odd.
so many hours to be able to do this?
Ser lite lång ut
Then
för
again,
mig.
yeah. I think it's also nice if you are in a situation as a lead, you can just say, you know what?
Yep.
Hoppakey.
Den curlar verkligen noll.
And this
Otroligt.
yellow will for sure go.
Yep, that did not curl at all. I don't even need to speak Swedish to understand that's what Joel said, although somebody else is probably going to tell me that I'm not even close. But it's what it felt like he said.
Oh, ho, ho, ho! Oh, curl!
Almost ironically calling out the ho-hos there.
Yep, that one.
We're going to see. Oh. And he squeezes behind yellow, so that is a bit of a worst case. Not going to really lose them the game, but
Not a great stone there from Don.
and if Stuur is going to see this, then thank you, Don, for all of your years of service, everything you've done for the team.
Lite ute. Ligger här
Stuur
ute.
can be
Bara fart. Långt ut,
mercy.
jättelångt ut.
Merciless.
Jättelångt
Yes.
ut. Väldigt långt ut. Lite lång va? Jag tror det är
I
lite
feel
längre
like
än så.
even if Westerberg
Yeah.
plays it decent, then kind of have the idea that might be too little, too late by the time they get to kind of come back in this game. We're already in number
Dames snelheid
6.
gewoon. 9.
Yeah,
Only 2 more ends after
Yep.
this. They haven't.
I
Been
have
able
a
to
feeling
score.
they would have shaken hands after the last end if they were allowed to.
Yeah. You just want to erase the zeros. It just looks so so hard on the boards.
Yeah, it's very hard to shut somebody out in a curling match.
Oh, laat maar. Lijn. Oh.
Not able to do the double, and I think Timo a bit
59.
Vill du ha lite mindre is eller?
wouldn't want to say annoyed, but yeah, the ice is pretty straight over on that side. So as soon as it has some pace, and it's a touch wide, you can just wave it goodbye. There's no chance of
little
hoping for
medium.
the slightest of curl there.
Okej, långt ut.
You were criticizing Don's release. Or does that mean you're releasing him from the team? His services are no longer required. This one, yep, not curling over the way they want, and might actually find a gap between. Nope, just ticks a little bit.
Double beeps there.
I mean, that I think would have just added
Those are
insult to injury, is having that zone just kind of find that tiny gap and go through. Both, maybe.
Yep. Oh.
Going for the curl. This should get both of those out.
I think yellow
Sorry.
might stick around.
Almost. Oh, it did third spot.
Subtle miss there.
Ja,
Red is behind the tee,
han
so
ville spela tror jag. Drar. Kolla upp. En kollar upp. Det är väldigt svårt att dra här.
this one's just gonna sit outside. It just doesn't curl.
Fart.
Yeah, I think it just
It's
feels
on a normal number.
counterintuitive to give that little ice for a stone. You're just drawing and hoping to curl. It's like not in your nature to say, well, just throw it at the broom and the stone will follow a straight path, even with slow-paced
Jeroen, wat is
stones.
de marge? Wat zegt hem? Ah ja, oké.
That's a hard call here.
To hold this one, wanting it on the nose. Gets
Sorry.
rid of one.
Jag tar den där dubbel och vicka, eller? Med 11,5, eller? 11,5.
I overheard Timo saying sorry, but then again, well, it's not super bad.
No.
Men vi har...
Close game.
Måns
The game Mercier against Dalle there, tied up 4-4 after 6 ends, going into the last 2 wins there.
Okej, jag var inte det.
Peeking over on the left-hand side on the scoreboard.
Okej.
Yeah, over on sheet C, Geising scored 3 in the 5th, so they lead it 8-4 over Hanninen.
Interesting. I
In
think
the 6th then there, yeah.
they saved the best for last, and that's nice because they hadn't had a win so far. We double take out here.
Alla sura, vad bra.
Timo wants it out as well. Every redstone is kind of blocking them from
Nu,
taking out
met
the
dat zo
Yellowstones
rechts
here.
ligt, heb ik liever dat we eventueel zo gaan, dan dat we dit doen, hè. Een derde.
Slash double here.
Oké. Oh. Go.
Rolls it off, now wants the curl. Don trying to do his best, move this over.
It works.
Gets
Can I find
the
a second one?
and unfortunately
Sorry.
just jams a bit.
Yeah, Timo apologizing. He
Det är
maybe
rakt här.
not foresaw that little jam.
Emmy wanting to know which one of us bet on Westerberg. That would be Pim.
That was me indeed.
Pim
Bra linje.
is the cancer
Bra
of the
linje.
curse.
Bra
Oh, the
linje.
cancer. What a
That's a strong
Lite
word. I meant to
That's a
say
very strong word.
commentator. He is the commentator's
Lite långt
curse
ut.
today.
I have one misprediction and all of a sudden I get the strongest of words
Om du
possible.
så mycket, då faller den liksom bort från banan helt.
How dare you?
But I still have my my bonus saved up
Andere
for a
idee is
rainy
gewoon
day.
dit.
Yep.
Deze kunt je bijna niet doen, dat is veel te moeilijk. Voor hetzelfde geld flasht je hem. Dus
I mean, to be fair, Emmy,
is
we
okay.
both wanted.
we
We
go
thought
for the
this was going to
North
be
Star
one
and
of
the
our most competitive matches of the weekend.
10 dan.
It's unfortunate that it hasn't turned out that way. We thought this was going to be one that would go the distance and come right down to the last stone. However, Team Verreycken had other plans.
Yep. Hey. Hard.
And what do we think happened? I think, well, we mentioned it before, with the hammers, Team Westerberg went for these corner guard setups, as you should, but didn't always manage to kind of get a decent build-up with the first 2 stones, and meanwhile, the front end of Team Verreycken was allowed to kind of do their build-up, in the meanwhile, unpressured. And halfway the end, Team Joel often had a situation where they had to fix things.
So trying to play a cross house, fairly flat double here in order to score 3 or 4.
And is this the way to do that kind of stuff?
Not really.
You'd like to just draw away, to be honest.
Yep, that feels like draw. It feels a bit heavy, and Timo is going to sweep that, try to get it, but that is
Just-
One for yellow.
Yeah, just one. I really don't understand why they would go for a draw if the takeout could have given them 3 points basically. No set takeout would have been 3, but yeah, maybe that's just the way they wanted to finish the game with a draw to the pin.
Getting on the match, on the scoreboard.
And yeah, a very, very solid performance here for the Belgian national team. They will most likely, I think also we can confirm it, be the group winner here.
Yep,
I
they
still have
will
a-
lead the have the head tiebreaker against Team Westerberg. So
And, we have a little bit of a skip karma in the meanwhile with Timo going out there to update scoreboard, something we always like to see. Downside, of course, is we'll have to wait a bit longer for the skip of the men's national team. Although he is not going to walk back, he's going to slide back.
Slide
The final
back.
sliding of
yeah, Team Verreycken has another match after this, so they've got about an hour and a half of rest before the next one. So
no, we can pop back over to the booth and see you there.
So, not quite the matchup we were expecting, but the result that I wanted. So, I'm better than Pim, at least for now. Now we're the
At
same.
least we're the same. The good thing is I get
still
to go
have your
first in
bonus.
the next prediction. Next
Yeah.
game will probably be Shu against Team Hanenen. That's something we can guess. And yeah, I still have my double down bonus, so that's the one thing I keep in the back of my pocket as a secret surprise, just in case John gets a bit too
Yeah, I
self-esteem
almost
gets a
thought
bit too high.
about it. I almost thought about doing it myself, but there was no point in me saving mine until, like, say, the finals or the semifinals, because if you still had yours, it would cancel it out. So
Yeah.
I had to put it in on Shu in the last round just to kind of make sure I was going to get those double points.
It makes sense. I
And it
mean, if you had
worked
to
out.
pick a game where there was a kind of, let's say, the numbers looked in favor of doubling down, it was the Shu game against Geising, team leading the group against the team on the bottom of the group. So that was, I think it was a good effort to double down there. But Shu will be playing tomorrow and in the final, so we have some opportunities to use the Chinese team to get that extra point that could be tipping me in,
You're
into the
so
winning.
confident they're going to win. That's the thing. You get to the knockout rounds, anything can happen.
That's very much
So,
true.
you know.
Yeah, because if you look at the matches, we had Team Mercier playing against Team Dollar. Game is still underway. Things all tied up there. A quick peek on the scoreboard, and I'm counting 4-4. So we'll have to wait and see how that game closes down. And then on the other sheet, we have Haninen playing against Team Geising. Last information we had is Team Geising 8-4, something like that.
8-4
Yeah.
in the seventh end. No, sixth end. Only in the sixth end. So that match could end soon. That match could stretch out. Just really depends on who's going on out there. What's going on, but can't quite see the house. So we will, just
Yes. And while we wait for somebody from Team Verreycken to come to the interview booth, we'll have a quick look at the brackets of the semifinal. I think this is not updated, but over on the left side we have Team Shu, most likely playing against Team Westerberg, and then over on the left side A2 will be filled in with Team Verreycken, and B1 is going to be Team A2 is going to be Team Haninen. That's how it works out. Yeah. So as it looks right now, we'll have Shu, Westerberg, and Haninen against Verreycken. Haninen Verreycken would be a do-over of the final of last year. And
where did Timo disappear to?
yeah, Timo is talking
see
to
his
the coach. Yeah.
Coach grabbed him. Oh, he
yeah.
hid under. He walked
Oh,
underneath.
there you. Oh no!
We have a little
We have a
wall
little-
between us, and so he ducked down below
Yeah.
the wall, so we couldn't see him.
Oh, we were waiting for kind of a nice post-game interview, but he squeezed. See, that's the reason why I voted for Westerberg.
Yeah, exactly.
If you do that to our team, then
Wow.
well, low mercy, no point in waiting, I guess. For that's a kind of obvious statement he Although he's coming
Now
back.
it comes back. Easy questions.
Easy question. Although,
Well, except I don't know. Do you deserve easy questions from that?
yeah, well, is he unmuted?
He
over
is
there?
unmuted. Yep.
Okay, first things first, Timo. Congratulations. Do you hear us as well? You don't. I'm gonna speak a bit louder then.
Wait, I know what to do.
Oh,
I can make it louder for him.
Let's make it a bit louder for the boss of Belgian curling, Timo. First of all, congratulations with a very solid win. We were kind of hoping for a close game, but you decided, you know what, we're going to just put our business card on the table, show us how it's done, take revenge for the loss in Copenhagen. First impressions, first reaction on the game?
Oh, it was a good game. I was quite happy in the second hand that they missed some of their runbacks because I know they have a quite heavy peel weight, so they can do a lot of damage with it. So I was, let's say, we were lucky that some of their runbacks were not very accurate, and then we got 2 in that end. That really set the trend that they had to follow, and that we could just easily, keep it clean.
Keep it clean, indeed.
Yes.
Yeah, we noticed Team Westerberg with the hammer, they had to score, so they were kind of setting up with corner guard strategy, coming around and then having to clear their stones. Didn't always work out. They couldn't kind of get that build up with the first 2 stones. They needed 3 stones, maybe even more, than struggled a bit clearing your build up. Was that something that might have caused Team Westerberg to kind of keep chasing and leaving the initiative for you guys to kind of decide the build up in the house?
Could be. Well, we tried to, with our first rocks, put them nice on the center line, so that when they did their setup and they started with the peeling, that there was already a huge bunch in front of the house. So that was our tactics, let's say. But I think, is it the 5th end or something? It was a whole, we played to the away end.
Yeah.
It was a whole lot of stones. And I think if one of our Jeroen first shot wasn't exactly on the pin behind theirs, they could have easily made a 3 or 4 house there. So
yeah, I remember that indeed. That was kind of decisive. One thing I wanted to talk about is the ice. The left side coming from the far end to the home end was extremely straight. That's something we noticed in Belgium. We were hoping after the ice prep of Mark Allen that would have been a bit gone, but that was still
it was still
straight.
there. Yeah,
Was it something that played in the game? Was it something both teams knew and had to deal with?
I think both of us made some errors on that side. I didn't expect it to be that straight. It was the first time we played on the B sheet, and from playing on the A and the C sheet, it was like the whole map I have of the ice here, deleted. It's gone. It's a completely different sheet. But that side is a bit straighter, yes.
Yeah, be careful making comments about the ice, because we had Mark Allen just ducking and trying to come in areas where he could do a lot of damage.
Yes.
So good job out there. You guys played really well. You've got another match coming up in an hour and a half, so we won't keep you very long. But I think that puts you at the top of the group. It guarantees you first place in the group because you'll have the tiebreaker against Westerberg. So the next match is more of fine-tuning and getting ready for the semifinals tomorrow. So Congratulations.
Thank
well
you.
played. And thanks for stopping and talking to us, even though we knew you hid underneath and tried to get out of it. All right. Thank you. Bye-bye. So that is going to do it for us for this session. We have another one coming up at, we'll be going live on the broadcast at 7:15. So that is about an hour and 20 minutes away. We're going to get some dinner. Hope you guys get some dinner too and join us back for our last session of the evening. So with that, I'm John. This has been Pim, and we will see you later. Bye.
Bye-bye.